Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 is a 1986 horror film directed by Tobe Hooper, and continues the story from the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where the cannibalistic Sawyer family begin to victimize more innocent civilians, namely Stretch, a radio host from a nearby town. After creating the low-budget success that was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and another hit with Poltergeist, Tobe Hooper returned to make a sequel to the film that started his career. But instead of making a cliched, run-of-the-mill sequel, he chose to create something very different by taking a more darkly comedic route with this film. The movie rarely plays it straight, which can be seen clearly with the marketing of the film, as the Sawyer family are displayed in the same way as the Breakfast Club is seen on each of the film's posters. The movie takes smaller, darker elements from the first film, such as Grandpa's hammer scene in the original, and uses it to paint the whole film, and gives it a completely different tone from the last. I do like this approach, as I think the Sawyer family, even as a concept, are ridiculous and over the top, and at times in the original it's hard to take scenes with Leatherface seriously. The film is certainly an escalation of the original film, as this film opens with Leatherface riding on the back of a truck and killing two yuppies with an extended chainsaw across a bridge, so they definitely aren't going for subtlety, which is also apparent with the film's approach to violence, which is much more extreme and over the top than the original. But this never feels like it's explicit for the sake of explicit and shocking, and I think it helps to show how more feral the Sawyers have become, and this is reflected in the film's violence. And there are certainly scenes that stick with you, such as when Stretch is captured and the face of her work colleague is placed on top of her own face by Leatherface, so the film still has that rawness of the original and its iconic horror scenes. Talking of Stretch, she is possibly one of the best female protagonists in a horror film, as she is smart and competent, and though there are scenes where she is screaming in fear, it's completely warranted, but when she needs to defend herself, she does, and doesn't just scream and run about and make brainless decisions. I like that at first she just tries to talk her way out of the situation and keeps herself calm, but when she realizes she can't reason with the cannibals, she must drop to their level in order to get her point across, leading to her surviving the family and dispatching of many members of the family. The film also has an incredible performance from Bill Moseley as Chop Top, who is both hilarious and spine-chillingly creepy in this film, as he switches between them so effortlessly, and I can't commend him enough for being so bold in his approach to this character, who could have got very annoying very quickly, but he walks the line perfectly. The character itself is annoying, and you can clearly see Stretch being agitated during the excellent radio station sequence, but it never becomes grating to an audience. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 is a sequel that shows what you can do when you take a new approach to a concept, and not take yourself too seriously, because any film that has Dennis Hopper dual-wielding chainsaws and screaming in a cave full of furniture made of human bones can't be taken seriously. But that's just my opinion. Feel free to place yours in the comments below, and tune in each week for new episodes.